Mr. Executive, Rod Serling is here to see you. He's being accompanied by a strange man in robes. He's saying it's his disciple.
Disciple? Nope, I'm not doing this today. Tell him to come back by himself and with the episode.
Don't kick something! Thou art but a fool to think you have such power to reject his presence. Now behold! Rod the great and powerful, praise him!
Mr. Executive, I bring to you the good word.
Rod, I don't care what kind of theatrics you've come up with. Unless it's the next episode, I don't want to hear it.
Silence, knave! You dare reject the word of Rod? Praise him!
Whoa, easy there, Frank. Mr. Executive just hasn't seen the light. We need to give him a chance. Mr. Executive, I assure you the display you see before you is more than mere theatrics. You see, I've come to realize that being the brilliant creative mind that I am, I hold the power to create light from shadows, to create glory from oblivion, to truly harness the power of the gods.
Writing, Rod, you're talking about writing. It's literally the one job you have here.
No, Mr. Executive, I'm talking about more than writing. I'm talking about answering the very questions that have always plagued man. Questions like, what if you thought you were alive but were really just a ghost? Or, is death actually just a fat man with a silly name? I'm talking about my new religion.
Rod, those are just episodes of the show. You can't just turn your stories into a religion.
Actually, turns out you can. I just found out L. Ron Hubbard did it. Besides, I figure it'll really help Serling's Day catch on.
You know what, Rod? If you've got this week's script ready, I'll let you to tell me all about this new religion of yours.
Frank, give him the latest sacred text.
Here it is.
What happened to the script? What's this stuff all over it? It's so sticky.
Yeah, that was me. I spilled jelly all over it while I was making a sandwich for Rod. Praise him!
Oh, what am I supposed to do with this? Can't even tell what the title is.
Forget what it was called. Henceforth, it shall be known as the Purple Testament.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This, the only podcast that dutifully marches towards its meaningless and avoidable death, forcing you to ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Eug. How are you, sir?
What's happening, hot stuff?
I'm feeling all warmed up. Hey. I'm also joined by Eug and Delta. Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Am I pronouncing that right? It's Huaguan, right?
Wagwan.
Yeah, Huaguan.
Wagwan.
Oh, it's Huaguan?
Wagwan.
Juan.
Wagwan.
Juan Huesos.
No, listen to me with my lips. Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon.
Oh.
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn takes the edge off after a long day. Goes down smooth.
Goes down. I like gin, actually. That's pretty rough. Gin's rough. But it's still good.
I've been told.
I don't drink. I'm a nerd. I'm an actor. All right, so we watched Season 1, Episode 19 of the 1960s, The Twilight Zone, The Purple Testament. Testaments. Ooh.
Testaments.
I'll test those mints.
I'll say they test like gin. They taste like gin.
They test like gin and they taste like gin. Taste Testers Gin. The only mint-flavored gin in the world.
We're going out of business.
People think it tastes like crap, but we'll still sell it out of principle. The principle that we already bought the ingredients and have to make some sort of
The
profit.
principal's favorite gin.
Yes. When I went to high school, my principal...
I feel like I'm getting off topic. Buy my alcohol, please.
Yeah.
My God, the sales they're terrible. You know, call it mouthwash and put it back on the shelves.
I don't understand. I mean, I thought the 37-minute commercial would really get it over. All right, so, yeah, I don't know. Still no segment 3.
Yeah.
We haven't watched any new episodes.
Hot debate. We should get drunk off mouthwash.
No, there's no debate about
no,
that. People have.
Oh.
That's why they took the alcohol out of it.
I
Because
pulled
they were.
all of my people from around the globes of internet, time, and space in the magic space cloud, and they told me there are no more than 2 types of British people. That's what they told me.
That's what they
Yeah,
said.
That's
That
what
was
they
our hot
said.
debate.
So
Oh.
we can confirm.
Yeah, we can now confirm.
Shakespeare and street urchins.
You heard it first. You polled all the people standing around the globe in his house. It came back unanimous. Huge agrees. Wait, this just in. Huge wasn't standing by the globe. What a minute.
Oh
Hang
my
on a
God.
second. Voter fraud.
Wait a minute, where was I?
Voter fraud.
I am perplexed.
I never. All right.
Fraud!
Let's go on to the truth hour.
How about that truth?
What ho? What be that in the sky? Is that the Wizard of Truth?
Nay! 'Tis the condor of truth! Perhaps he brings parchment of words!
Look at his long... Look at his long wings! Flapping as they are! Truth. My God, he's taking that small British child! Roy!
Well, it seems okay. It was an urchin. It wasn't one of those British noblemen.
Yes, better a street urchin than a Shakespeare. That's
Oh,
always what I say.
Oh, that's what the truth always says. If I've heard that saying once before, I've heard it a million times. I believe the president said it first. Truthful man that he was.
Yes, well, that's... You said it, so...
It must be the
true.
truth.
It must be. I've never seen a day where the truth wasn't true. So, February 7th, presidential candidate JFK is introduced by Frank Sinatra to Judith Campbell Exner, who he would later have an affair with. Why is that insignificant? He's had dozens of affairs.
Yeah, but...
Why is that lady significant?
Look, he's JFK. He made her significant.
He made her significant? The only way that's significant is if it turned out later on that Judith Campbell Exner was actually Frank Sinatra in a wig.
Well, you said it.
So it must have happened!
Yeah. Woo.
Frank Sinatra's secret affair with JFK. JFK really did fuck everybody!
Yo,
He fucked JFK!
What's the F stand for? Come on!
John fucking Kennedy. Because he be fucking.
Yo, he fucks.
You know that?
Yo.
That president fucks. Also, February 7th, 20...
his fucking will blow your mind.
25 people were killed. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And
From-
50 injured in a derailment near Sewell, Chile. Probably from JFK's penis. He tried to fuck the train.
His monster penis.
His monster penis tried to fuck a mining company. And instead he threw their train off the tracks. Yep, I said it. It's the truth. That's what happened.
Full of employees and their families.
Yep.
Thanks, JFK.
They were all on a Sunday outing, and he fucked that train clean off the tracks. February 8th, the Hollywood Walk of Fame was dedicated. What? Was dedicated. Oh, starting with... That's what they call it? It's a dedication? The Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's not like a...
Well, no, it was dedicated. Like, Here it is.
What?
We now dedicate this the Walk of Fame.
I thought like people had to buy their own star.
I thought you were given a star.
Yeah, I don't think you have to buy. You don't just get to pay money and have a star. They have to say, "Oh, we think you're famous now. Here's a star."
Well, no, the real debate here is about the dedication. So, like, I thought dedication was like, oh, you die, so I'm going to dedicate this thing to you.
I don't think you have to die to have something dedicated to you.
Okay, so here's the thing: are we confusing the Man's Chinese Theater with the Walk of Fame? Because those are two different things. With the handprints in the concrete and then the star on the sidewalk, like those qualifications are two different qualifications. So maybe we're confusing like the qualifications of getting your hands and feet in concrete.
No, I think the Walk of Fame is outside the Chinese theater.
No, that doesn't make any sense. I thought those are two totally different things. That one's in the theater and one's like, what a downtown whoever gives a screwy-doo.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame is directly outside the Man's Chinese Theater, which is directly next to the Hollywood sign. I said it. It's the truth. That's the layout of Los Angeles. That's all there is. And it's just surrounded by the I-405. There's one big circle that goes around it. Fucking LA is the craziest shit.
It's not far off. Yeah. Oh, well, that's the truth.
Yep.
I don't know.
There's a thin layer directly inside the 405. There's a thin layer of homeless, and directly outside the 405, there's a thin layer of jungle animals.
Teach that in your history classes.
I don't know how. I have no clue how California works, but it does. Fucking ninth largest GDP in the world. It's going fine.
What was even crazier was before they built the 405 and there was nothing separating the jungle animals from the homeless. Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
it was hilarious.
Oh my god, in a moral sense. Yeah, everything. There was no problems. Everything was going fine. the living like ratio where it's like suburban families and then urban families, and then the homeless
and then jungle animals.
Then a thin layer of constant cars. Yeah. Like an asteroid belt of cars around people.
Then the jaguars.
Yeah, then there's jaguars and jungle cats. There's just a thick layer of jungle cats and kookaburras.
fucking sitting on the other side of the street, just waiting for it to open in traffic.
And then just outside the jungles are the high influx of Asian communities in California. So yeah, I don't know what the Walk of Fame is, but that thing happened on February 8th, 1960. February 10th, Soviet leader Nikita S. Khrushchev began the 24-day tour of South Asia, traveling to India, Burma, Indonesia, and Afghanistan. You know, just checking things out.
Yep.
Making sure he still secretly owns all of it.
Yeah.
Although not too secretly.
Let's see. We're going to put communism here. We'll put some communism here. Put communism there.
Commie there. A little commie here. Finally, let's go to MyBirthday.Ninja, where we learned in a past life you were born as a male somewhere around the territory of Ontario. Oh, is that where north of Latin America is? It's Ontario? It's good enough.
Way north.
Way north.
In approximately 1675, your profession was dramatist, director, musician, or bard.
You know, have we discussed this before? Your past life was in 1675. Your now life is in 1960.
Oh, like, is there a wait list for reincarnation?
What do you do in the in-between?
Is it instant? Do you not realize it? Like, does time not flow the same way in the afterlife as it does?
Oh, like, you know, it's like going to sleep for 400 years.
Right.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Oh, but then the problem is, the more people there are, then is there a longer wait list?
Well, because
to get reincarnated?
If you've seen all these, like, space movies, it's like, the farther out you go, like, it's like, okay, I was only in space for 30 days, but it's like, but everyone here is like fucking 90 years old now.
Dilation.
So is it the same thing with past lives?
Heaven is so far away that time travels. Yeah, no, that checks out.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the good place.
Then it's in the clouds.
Then yeah, what? Come on, everybody knows there's just more clouds.
Although the clouds let us travel through time.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Only Jesus Christ. Only the white ones.
Oh.
He means clouds. He means clouds. He means clouds.
Yeah.
Or did I? No, I did.
Or
did I? Also, a brief psychological profile of your past life. You were always, you always liked to travel, investigate, and could have been a detective or spy.
So you're a musician / spy.
Oh, good.
So,
You were,
what is that, Josie and the Pussycats?
I do not think that's what they did.
There's
at all.
definitely a band that also solve mysteries. Oh, I'm thinking of...
Scooby-Doo?
that was
Not
every...
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, the Jabberjaw one.
Jabberjaw, that's it. The Jabberjaw band.
First off, wait. There's like 1,000 of these. There's Scooby-Doo, there's Jabberjaw, there's the one with the Doom Buggy.
Scooby-Doo wasn't a band.
Oh, it has to be a band, I'm sorry.
It has to be a band.
I just had mystery-solving kids
No,
with some
you
sort of...
jumped to, like, Harriet the Spy.
There's a group with a Dune
Oh,
Buggy.
right, you were doing
with a
groups.
Dune Buggy.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't have... they weren't a band either, right? What the fuck instrument is a Dune Buggy gonna play?
Well, because there was...
Oh, it's got the horn, I guess.
Right, that car plays the trumpet.
You put the trumpet in the exhaust and it
Oh, what am I thinking? Car, alto sax.
Yeah, duh. You just put it in the trunk and it takes care of the rest. I don't know.
Love that smooth alto sound.
Oh man. Okay, let's move on to the best hour.
Our favorite hour.
The Troy McClure Hour. Oh, hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such military recruitment films as Ned's Declassified Urban Warfare Survival Guide or How to Get Away with Murder. Just sign here. Congratulations, soldier! Today, I'm here to talk about Ultimate Enemy Peace.
The ultimate enemy.
There's no the.
Oh, look.
Sorry. Also, there's a period after that, and not like a semicolon to indicate that's the ultimate enemy. Like, we have these symbols in this language for a reason.
Well, maybe it's the... We're here to talk about the ultimate enemy. Now,
Peace! I'm out! Good luck, everybody else! Word to your mother!
It's got a little ting.
Yeah, so today we're here to talk about the Ultimate Enemy Peace. This episode was directed by Richard L. Baer. Has he done anything before?
Delta don't care.
Delta don't care. Okay, moving on. This episode was allegedly written by Rod Serling. We have William Reynolds, who plays Lieutenant Fitzgerald. You might remember him from things like the 1955 Cult of the Cobra, the 1962 television series The Gallant Man, and the 1966 TV series The FBI.
The FBI.
Oh. Then he retired from acting and became a businessman.
Yeah, that's the most detail I could find.
Not even what business. He just did a businessman.
He just put on a suit and said, I do business now.
Okay, fine.
Like, fuck it, it's America. Everything we do is business. I'm a businessman.
No, it doesn't. The convenience store guy is a businessman.
Yeah.
You're wearing a suit. That is not your occupation.
Buskers are businessmen. Like, yeah. Next, we have Dick York, who played Captain Philip Riker. You recognize him from the 62 television series Going My Way, from the 64 television series Bewitched. And he was later replaced by Dick Sargent. He also played the character of the Bewitched character of Darren
Yes!
on an episode of The Flintstones.
Yup, and I fucking found it, and it's straight up like, it's cartoon then, but it's like, well, we just moved into town. Now I have to go out on business, honey. Don't do any witchcraft.
And she goes, what was the Stone Age like? People.
Well, no, they're already in the Stone. There's no explanation on why they're in the Stone Age. They're just in the Stone Age, and he's still a businessman, and she's still a witch. Yo, I will never not stand by the idea that the Flintstones is the worst cartoon fucking Hanna-Barbera ever made. The laugh track, the premise, the Flintstones, I hate it all. It's all garbage. Although I will say, after working like a 9-to-5 job, I fucking suddenly, like, I identify with the whole yabba dabba doo. Because if there was a fucking dinosaur, I would 100% slide down that
Slide down
shit
it.
and soar into my car window every day at the end.
The only parts of that show that make sense are the miserable parts.
Yeah, that's it. The part where I'm like, yeah, holy shit, having a job is awful.
That part. The part where the animals are like, yeah, it's a living.
Yeah.
And the part where Fred gets hit with something. He goes, ow! And you're like, wow, stuff does hurt when I get hit. That's it. Everything else is garbage. You're like, my dinosaur doesn't talk. What is that? I don't get this at all. He died in 92. Whatever. Moving on. Barney Phillips plays Captain Gunther. You recognize him from the 57 film I Was a Teenage Werewolf, from the 67 TV series The Felony Squad, or from the 81 television series Dukes of Hazzard. You can see the full cast and crew at imdb.com.
And that guy, Barney Phillips, he'll show up in other Twilight Zone episodes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, including like one or two of the big ones.
Cool. Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for that dead guy, probably.
Oh, he's 100% dead.
Well, you didn't write it down, so.
Oh my god, he's still
He's
alive.
still
Still alive.
All right, let's.
He's out there somewhere.
He's waiting.
For the sweet release of death.
Oh, okay. Let's start the show. We see explosions and soldiers shooting and fighting, and we see a few trucks coming and rolling in, and they come rolling over. And I already want to stop.
The sign?
Just everything about this intro. First off, I'm pretty sure that there's two sides to this war. Whatever the Asian side is, and then the American side.
The Japanese. And
Whatever the Asian side is. But they're in the Philippines, so...
Yeah, the Philippines was invaded by Japan, and the Americans and Filipinos are fighting against them.
I don't believe any of that.
All right.
But, so first off, I'm almost positive they are fighting each other.
Oh, there's definitely points
Inches away from each other.
where, like, American soldiers are shooting, and then other American soldiers just, like, run
Running,
in front,
yeah, in front of
their
them.
bullets.
And, like, some of the American soldiers, like, they ran out of costumes. They're just wearing white t-shirts. Like,
Yeah.
and also, I don't know if I misconstrued the story they were trying to tell, but I'm pretty sure they were like, just shooting back and forth, and all of a sudden, and rain starts, and they'll go, oh, let's get out of here. War on account of rain. Let's call the war off.
Yeah, this is America, baby. We stop baseball for rain. We're stopping war for rain.
Mhm.
Why'd the Japanese stop?
Japanese love baseball.
Oh, that's
That's the only reason we agreed
that's
to the
the
war.
only yeah. That's the
Who
only
loves
reason.
baseball more?
People thought this was about freedom. No, it was about baseball. It was the only thing World War II was fought about.
really love baseball.
Wow.
Fuck you. We love baseball.
Can't believe they said that.
Yo,
This is war.
you remember when Japan tried to bomb the baseball fields we had in Hawaii, but missed and hit our battleships instead?
Jerks. We lost respect for them that day. They can't even hit us right. We'll show them.
We found out that they had AstroTurf instead of real grass.
Oh. I want to fight him myself. Let's go. We're starting it again. World War II 2.
W Bean W22.
Never said it. Never said it.
W Bean.
Show me the footage.
There
Show
we
me the
go.
footage of me saying it. Show me the footage.
Well, I can't show you it because it's audio.
Show me. No.
So you're always
Show
going to win
me-
that argument. You're always going to win that argument. It's an audio medium. I can't show you the audio.
Show me the zip disk.
Zip.
But if you listen to it, you can read it.
Yes.
Oh, no, we're not doing this again.
All right. Let me read the opening narration. Infantry Platoon, U.S. Army, Philippine Islands, 1945. These are the faces of the young men who fight, as if some omniscient painter has mixed a tube of oils that were at one time brown earth, dust gray, blood red, beard black, and fear yellow white. Yo! Serling has never seen colors!
Oh, he's colorblind.
and these men were the models.
That green sun.
Yo, you remember when you were saying last episode where you're like, sometimes you hear a line, you're like, wow, Serling 100%
definitely
wrote
wrote
this?
that.
Yup.
They were as red as a man's teeth. As black as the tops of his feet. What are you saying?
They were blue like the inside of his ears.
Indigo like the natural color of a man's hair. Why? For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. We get an awkward freeze frame and zoom in on one of the soldiers.
But, correct me if I'm wrong, it was just a random dude, right? It wasn't one of the main characters.
No, not at all.
No,
Okay, just
It was 100% just
rando.
the last random
last guy
soldier
who got
out of the, yeah. I will say, better than the last freeze frame we saw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Because
the
I could actually
hitchhiker?
tell it was a man's face. We go to, I didn't even know there was a sign that said this, Company A headquarters?
Yeah, it took me a minute because it was like HDQTRS, and I was like, what?
Oh, okay. Here, use elite speak.
Yeah, what? If you're gonna shorten it and still have that many letters, what's the point?
You just threw the alphabet on that sign. Like, I don't know why you think there's information coming out of it. So, Captain Riker and the sergeant talk in camp. They've captured the bridge, but the Japanese have been shelling the bridge every 3 minutes. They have 12 wounded and 4 dead. Lieutenant Fitz comes over and looks really distraught and says the names of the men they lost. Hubbard, Horton, Morgan, and Levy. Captain Riker offers him a drink back in his tent. So they go into Captain Riker's tent.
Solution to everything, man. Just drink your problems away.
Right. 12 wounded, 4 dead in 2.5 hours. Captain Riker wants to know, why are you taking this loss so hard? Well, they were all under 21. But that can't be enough. Why are you taking this so hard? So Fitz shows Riker that he wrote the men's names down on a piece of paper the day before this happened.
What?
No, real quick, am I the only one where he's like, 12 wounded, 4 dead in 2.5 hours? I was like, oh, that doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, war's hell.
Yeah, like,
I know it's fucked up, but I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't know.
yeah, 2.5 hours. Yo, if I'm fighting for 2.5 hours and only 12 of my friends die?
No, 12 of your friends got shot.
Oh yeah, only 4 died. This is great. We should be partying.
Well, they're still under 21, but whatever.
Look.
Well, they weren't even old enough to party.
Yeah.
We're going to do it for them. Yeah!
Oh, great. They died before they got to the part where you're like, life is... Ugh.
Well, I'd better get drunk and fuck. So, yeah, Fitz is like, oh, I looked into all their faces before the mission and I saw something special and I just knew they were going to die. So that's weird. Back in Company HQ, Captain Riker talks to the medical officer, or the medical captain, whatever, Captain Gunner, about Fitz, and he's like, oh, that's funny, that guy, he's already here, he's upstairs talking to one of the soldiers. They're like, oh, that's weird. So they don't, but we go upstairs.
Yeah.
And Fitz is talking to one of the soldiers, Smithy, and he's like, everything all right? You okay? You sure? Everything's fine? Do you need anything? I can get it for you. Like, everything...
Yo, the second Smitty's like, no, I'm not going to have my cigarette right now.
Oof.
Ooh, you knew.
Uh-uh.
Oh.
But they showed us anyway, and he had the weird, strange glow on his face. Woo! That means, oh no, that the look. And then, Fitz goes to leave, and he sees the thing, and he's like, oh, and he passes out.
He faints. Yo, I love this. Because he faints. The fucking officer, the other dude runs over and gets him up.
Yeah.
Smitty is just instantly dead.
Gone. Yeah. Gone. Totally dead. Runs over, checks, I love this. He runs over, he checks for the pulse on his neck.
Yeah.
And then he checks the pulse on his wrist. And I was like, well, you already just got the best place. Like, you're not going to get... Check his toes next. See if that's... Right? But then he runs over, and the second he touched his wrist, I knew what the line was going to be, which is, he's dead. Just like that. I was like, yo, how did I know that was going to be the line? That's such a stereotypical line. Fitz tells me, he's like, oh, I just...
How are you so casual about that in a hospital?
Just like that.
You're
man.
the doctor. Your job is to keep him going. And you're like, well, look, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, like when he said that, I was like, yo, is he the guard? Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
There's no way he is a medical
doesn't make-
anything.
yeah.
He doesn't unload the medical supplies, let alone have any experience. Like, so Fitz is like, I saw the light in his face. I saw it again. Believe me, and the soldier tells Captain Gunner of what happened with Smitty, and Fez is like, I knew it. I knew the whole time. Everyone's got to listen to me. I knew it. Come on. I have his power. Come on. And the dog's like, you're going crazy. Very clearly.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
It's not a big deal. Literally, we're going to take you out for 3 days, and then you're going back. It's not a big deal. He's like, believe me! And Fitz storms out. Later on, Captain Riker is going over the attack plan for the next battle in his tent, and he dismisses all the, I guess, other C commanding officers.
Yeah.
And he talks with Fitz about all the stuff that's happened, and then Fitz sees the light on Riker's face. Oh, no! He tells Riker about the light and that you're not going to come back, Riker. You got to stay out of this one. And Riker's like, go get ready, because we're all going, and that's just the way it's going to be. And Fitz is like, no, believe me! And he runs out. And, but it seems like maybe Riker actually does believe him, because then he takes his empties his pockets.
Because Fitz is like, well, listen, you're not coming back. You're going to be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
You hear that?
It's like,
Dude.
Fuck, all right, let me just empty my pockets.
Because he's like, well, maybe I should empty my pockets and take off my wedding ring. And nobody anywhere goes, so that guy's killing dudes. Arrest him and see if it stops. Because if it does, then we have our murderer.
Yeah.
Never once does anyone go, are you killing dudes? Because there's a lot of stress, and maybe you're like murdering people as a device of control or something.
I don't care how unsuperstitious you are. If your fucking dude is like, I knew they were going to die, and you're next, I'm not going on the mission. Nope.
Done.
Why do we have stockades if we can't put people who do this shit in them?
Dude, that is the question for life every day. What is the point of laws in jail if the people in charge is going to keep fucking it up and not throwing people in there? Since the 60s, we've been asking that question.
What? What kind of plant you got, boy? Nope, that's it. We're going to lock you up. That guy over there, saying people are going to die and then it happens? No.
That's fine.
He's fine.
Don't
He's
matter.
fine.
In fact, hang on a second. All right, anyway, I was putting you in jail, right? Yeah, well, he leaves all his stuff on the table, like his wedding ring and stuff like that. So we go outside, and the men wait around, and Fitz comes out of his tent, and one of the soldiers, they all look at him, first off. They're all, like, just eyeballing him. Like, as if he was on his way to death row. They were staring at him. But it's actually the opposite, because one man is like, oh, I heard about this ability. Can you do it? Can you tell when we're going to die? You have to tell us. You got to tell us. And Riker comes over and he's like, all right, knock it off, gentlemen. I don't know who started this rumor, but it ends right now. Now, you don't have this ability, do you? And I don't know why, but they do this real slow look around where he looks at every man's face. And then he gets to Riker and he sees the light on Riker's face. And he's like, nope, just a rumor. Let's leave. And they all go out. And we get like a war montage of soldiers running around and shooting and
Playing
advancing.
volleyball,
And shirtless, right? And they're drinking martinis and flirting with nurses, you know.
Standard war.
Standard MASH stuff. They're playing golf into the minefield. Yeah! So after the battle, the men return to camp and they do a roll call, and Fitz goes into Riker's tent and he sees the ring and the photos left behind, and he puts Riker's dog tags on top of them.
No!
Riker!
He'll never command the starship.
That's a different Riker. Well, maybe
How do
not.
you know?
I don't know that. Well,
Yeah.
because it's played by Dick York.
Well,
So the Major comes in and congratulates Fitz on a mission, says the guerrillas in the Air Force did a good job of softening the enemy, and they only lost one man to sniper fire. Just Riker.
Yep.
Oh.
I love the Major's reaction.
Yeah.
Man, war stinks.
What a violent response! Good
Yeah.
God!
Really?
Children watch this show!
Is that what you Majors say from your cushy
Yeah.
position behind front lines? Man, war stinks.
They probably said things that were much less coherent and much more vulgar. Like, man, fuck war and its pussy. Like, what? What do you mean? Do you like war? I don't get what that phrase means.
Yo, you know we're out here dying, right? And you, well, yeah, no, I get it. Like,
I wish
that war, I'd
What?
fucking.
if I could give it a baby.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you? I don't know what you're saying. I don't.
I just fucking nut all over
Oh.
its chin. Wait, all right, we really are.
If I could take war to a fancy dinner and then bring it home and
Oh, fuck
never
yeah.
call it back. Again, I don't really. I got no clue you're about, man. I got
You're
no
looking
clue.
so good the night war. Oh, fuck.
I can't believe we've been stationed together for 6 months. I still don't get you. So Fitz is summoned out by the medical officer, Captain Gunther, and he's told to report back to Vision because he's going to get checked out for a few and get some rest for a few weeks.
Yeah.
All right, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
So Fitz finishes packing, and he glances in the mirror, and he sees his own face, and it has the light.
Ah!
And he knocks the mirror down, and it breaks, and we get the worst special effect I've seen from the
Dude.
show so far.
Yeah.
Boy, the mirror's in 3 pieces, but his face is perfectly in each one, the exact way mirrors don't work.
3 different sizes.
Yeah. It was as if we saw things through the vision of a spider. So yeah, after he breaks the mirror, he kind of breaks down, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just leave the rest of this stuff here. I don't need it." And he just walks away from it. He gets into the Jeep, and the Jeep driver's told, "Oh, you bringing Fitz back? Yeah, he's a good man. Take care of him. By the way, the road's full of mines. Go slow." And he's like, "Don't worry. If I could, I'd tiptoe across them with this here Jeep. Why, I hope."
Yo. I see the light on my own face. I'm told the road is full of mines, and I got a bumpkin as my driver.
Why not be like, "No, you're gonna, okay, punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go to jail now, right? Okay, I'll wait until the mine's clear."
Yeah.
No, he sees the light on his own face, gets in the Jeep, watch out for the mines. He looks over at the driver. The driver has light on his face. Well, we all know what's gonna happen now.
Mm-hmm.
The driver's like, "Get comfy, we're gonna be driving for about 4 hours." And Fitz is like,
No, we're not.
I doubt it. And they drive off. Later, the men are hanging around camp, and they hear a large boom in the distance. Was that thunder? An explosion? No, it's
thunder.
just thunder. It's probably
Yeah.
thunder. Nothing to worry
Yeah,
about.
that's what it was.
Just thunder.
Just thunder.
Then we got the closing narration. From William Shakespeare, Richard III, a small excerpt. A small excerpt.
It's a tiny little
A tiny little man who knows everything about this play. From William Shakespeare, Richard III, a small excerpt. The line reads, "He has come to open the purple testament of bleeding war. And for Lieutenant William Fitzgerald, A Company, 1st Platoon, the testament is closed. Lieutenant Fitzgerald has found the Twilight Zone."
So this is the second episode of the year in a row where the closing narration is like him quoting Shakespeare, right?
Also, he quotes it wrong. I'm 99% sure because he definitely says it's Richard III in the episode, and I'm 90% sure it's not Richard III.
Yeah, no, he does quote it wrong.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this guy can't even steal stuff right.
Yo.
So, one thing I want to talk about with you guys is we've seen, this is what, episode 19 or 20?
Yeah.
Of those 19, how many involve soldiers and like the war, a war? I would say have to be half, right? At least 50%.
Maybe not that much.
If you take away. Well, see, here's the problem though, because at one point, he uses soldiers as astronauts.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I don't know how to
that's
take
true.
that.
There's definitely a lot of war stuff in
Yeah.
the Twilight Zone, especially the first season.
Yeah.
But and it got me thinking of, it's 1959, 1960.
Yeah.
So it's peacetime. Why is there so much?
Well, it's not. Is it really peace? Are we in the Korean War?
I thought
No, well, we're out of the Korean War. That was 50.
Right.
But I mean, like, we're still in the Cold War. There's still shit going on,
Okay.
all over. There's just no like big shit. But like, everybody fought in World War II or Korea or both.
well, that's what I wanted to bring up was how many movies there were that were around World War II and World War I. It was such a huge genre. In 1959 and 1960 alone, 51 major movies were about war. 51.
I can believe that.
That's insane. I went back. I did exhaustive research on this. Exhaustive. In the past 10 years, actually 11 years, 23 movies in 11 years. There were 51 in 48 months back then.
Yo,
Yeah, that's a lot.
straight up, you want to know one of the big reasons why? Props. Because after World War II, like, we kept developing new weapons, but we still had all this shit left over from, like, the biggest war ever.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we could just blow up actual World War II planes and shit for movies, and, like, we can actually dress guys up in, like, U.S. or Nazi uniforms, and, like, it was so easy and so cheap to make them.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Great. Now we don't have any of that stuff because you
Yeah.
blew it all up for movies.
Why can't we be making more stuff so we can blow up more stuff today?
Yeah. Let's blow up more real people so we can then use that stuff in the fake movies.
Right? Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Chop chop, America.
Yo, we've been fighting the same war for 20 years and I don't have a single fucking prop I could buy off the U.S. Army. What kind of garbage is this?
Yeah.
Not my America.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Not my America.
No,
Where's
well,
my M1 Abrams tank?
Ooh, yeah.
That's the America I voted for. Tanking every man's driveway.
I voted for you, America. Yo, that's the most American thing you can do.
I voted for you.
Fucking voted for you, America. If you don't like yourself, get out.
Except, I don't like this thing, so let's change it.
You what?
But I hate change.
Because it's always been that way. Except for the part where it changed, but it didn't change, because it's always been that way. Alright, let's talk about the tropes and morals. We have, this one is called The Chains of Commanding, which is...
It's hard being the leader, watching your men die in combat.
You're watching them die in the foxhole, and then a computer takes their job, daddy.
That was last week.
I'm sorry.
Month, whatever.
Yeah, last month.
Whatever. Next we have Fatal Family Photo. I guess that's where you see someone's family photo and you're like,
Ooh,
oh,
that's it.
I know they're gonna die.
Oh, you got a family? You're 100%
That
dead.
is the number one reason I got no photos of my loved ones. None. Also, I don't have loved ones, but that's a different thing. Same thing, which is wedding ring removal, which you know when if that person's removing their wedding ring, it's because they know they're gonna die.
Yeah.
I won't need this where I'm going. They do that because it would be too real for the person to take off their shoes and just leave them as they walk away. So everyone who's gonna kill themselves has to be married now to make it a bigger impact. Another trope is war is hell, which is fucking, of course it is. It's war.
Yeah.
It's fucking war is hell, which is also the moral of the episode. Is
Yeah.
war is hell. It's actually, I think, specifically the line that he says. The colonel says, "So much for Mrs. Riker's lovely wedding. 7 happy years, 2 fine sons. Man, war stinks."
It should die.
You said it. They stink on ice. Oh man. All right. So why would you make this? Serling fought during the liberation. He was actually in this area, huh?
Yeah. So he fought in the Philippines in World War II. I think we talked about how he'd like wander around and he wasn't a great. A great
so this
soldier.
this was before the whole death squad transfer,
Well, they ended up transferring him to the quote unquote death squad.
right? Because you were saying he would wander around the field,
Yo,
with his
motherfucker's
weapon
useless.
unloaded,
Just go out
and,
and get blown up somewhere.
like he wouldn't tell any of his soldiers, like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pee on that tree." No, he would just la la la.
just chasing butterflies with a hammer and
yeah.
He was getting ideas for scripts.
shit. Yeah.
They say if you a single flap of a butterfly's wings could change history, so I'll change the butterfly. Come here, get under my hammer. So yeah, he saw a lot of death, I guess.
Yeah, he
stuff
saw
like
a lot
that,
of
or,
death, and there was one story that apparently, like, one day he's just fucking, like, hanging out with his squad mate in the Philippines, and, like, a plane goes by and, like, drops a food crate, and it just fucking splats his squad mate's buddy head. Boom! Just dead out of nowhere.
That's on them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I understand the whole thing. Like, it sucks, but
Wars!
yo, you should have heard a plane coming and looked up and been like, I think they're dropping something. Let's get out of the way.
I've seen cartoons. You hear the whistle and you see the shadow. So, I mean, the dude had plenty of time to get out of the way.
If he would have just took out a tiny umbrella, it would have been fine.
No, that's why Sterling feels the guilt. Sterling took out the umbrella, it bounced off.
Oh,
and
it
just
landed on him? Jeez.
Those damn Acme food crates. You think he used the food in the crate afterwards?
Yo, 100%.
100%, right?
Yo.
Oh my god.
Brains cleans off easy.
That's what the next episode's going to be about. Food crates are killers of mankind. We need to rid them all of our land.
You ever saw the Twilight Zone episode with the talking food crate that goes Franklin? Franklin.
Franklin.
All right, so next week, the episode is titled Allergy. Was that right? Did I say that word
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Okay, good. Next week on the Twilight Zone, we offer you the unbelievable along with an explanation. 3 men visit a strange new world with people, cars, houses, the works. But something's wrong in the scene. Something very abnormal amidst. Something very abnormal amidst the normal.
Yo, fuck you, Sterling.
You'll see what I mean when next week we bring you Elegy?
Yeah.
Whatever. By Charles Beaumont. Oh, I think he's written before. I think
Yeah.
I've heard it. It stars Cecil Kellaway. That is the fakest name I've ever heard. Thank you and good night.
I don't remember that episode at all.
I'm pretty sure I remember this one, and this one's really good. I'm pretty sure. If it's what I'm thinking it is.
Again, same thing for me. Netflix. Boom! Here it is. So I read that they visit.
Gotta stop doing it.
It shows up. I'm sorry. It says that they visit a planet stuck in time.
Oh.
And that's
That
what it
still
is.
could be like 5.
It could. Yeah, no, it is. I decided that it's Brigadoon, but in space. So there you go. That's what my guess is. They fall in love with a girl, and then they get frozen in time.
And the Nazis won the war.
Is that what happened in Brigadoon?
Yeah.
Wasn't there also some Fiddler on the Roof in there?
No, that was Fievel Goes West.
No, that was Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, shit.
No. Now that I'm thinking about it, I believe my high school did do Fiddler on the Roof when I was in the 7th grade, and my school forced me to do a field trip to that play as some sort of, like, I don't know, culture trip. I don't.
I heard that wrong, where you were like,
I think, wait, yeah.
Right?
What
Didn't our
was
high
it?
school,
Was it junior high or high school?
the
Junior
high
high or
school was doing the acting, but we were in like
junior
elementary
high or
junior
elementary,
something like
and they
that.
brought us there and were like, look, it's acting.
Look, there's the Fiddler on the Roof. What am I gonna do with a fiddler on my roof?
those damn fiddler crabs.
That was Act 2. Fiddler crab, fiddler crab, fiddler crab.
Why is the Pokemon music? Fiddler crab, fiddler crab, fiddler crab. Fiddler crab.
This is a 7-minute song. It won 4 Tonys. Oh my god. Okay, so VictoryProWrestling.com.
Victory Pro Wrestling returns live to Center East, Long Island, New York, July 27th for the Gold Rush Rumble. And I don't know what else is going on, but the Gold Rush Rumble. So it's
what is the Gold Rush Rumble?
big Rumble, over the top, and then the last 4 entrants, it becomes a 4-way match later on in the night, and then the person or king who wins the match, they get a shot at any title they want.
Right.
So
It's like a
it's
like a weird. It's like a combination Royal Rumble, Money
Yeah.
in the Bank
yeah, it's like that,
sort of thing.
but
yeah.
without the legal rights to any of those words.
Yes. My name is Matt. I don't want to get sued.
Exactly.
Were you there for that?
No.
You were there for that? Oh, that was the best. We were at an indie show, and Spike Dudley's on the show. And
Oh,
he
that
comes
sounds
out.
familiar.
They're like, please welcome WWE superstar Spike Dudley. And he comes out like real angry, and he grabs the mic from the announcer and he goes, "My name is Matt. I don't want to get sued."
It's great.
Which I don't think he needed to do, but maybe he did. I mean, he would know better than us. So
We popped for it.
I think there was also the night where I told Jerry Lynn that he smells like poop. And he paused his match to stare at me. His match with Ultimo Dragon. It was easily the worst night of his life. I guarantee you he remembers that. So VictorProWrestling.com.
Or you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Delta.
There it is. Huge.
Yeah, man. So you can find me on the interwebs, like on Twitter with @AtomicHuge. I got some stuff going on. I can't talk too much about it because it might fail. And I don't want to be that guy who's like, "Oh, what happened to that thing you were doing?" I'm like, "Well, I failed because I failed at life." But this one I got a good feeling about.
All right.
And I've already started doing it without telling any of you guys.
Oh.
And it started, I could have been late today because I was doing it right before I left here.
Whoa.
So,
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
And then, we'll see you later. We'll go, what happened to the thing you're working on? You're like, fuck, why do I tell
God
anybody
damn it.
I'm working on anything? Ah!
You just do what I do, which is take all of the blame and guilt and put it on them. Oh, you're gonna fucking ask me about that? Good job, dick. Yeah, so that's how I maintain my ego. I don't know what you guys do, but I recommend it.
We cry.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I've tried it. So, go to www.ymt.com for... Oh, wait, did you say...
Yeah.
All your stuff? Is everything
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, that's it.
www.ymt.com for all things Why Would You Make This? If you don't like using iTunes or Google Play. Also, we've got a YouTube. I swear we'll upload something.
Stuff's
someday.
coming.
Oh, the future
Oh.
is never ending.
Stuff is
Listen,
coming.
we are wearing him down. Him being that mysterious force that controls the YouTube. We are wearing him down. We've got something coming, and it's gonna blow your mind.
It's going to blow something.
It's gonna blow.
All right, so for Eug and Delta, I am Jimmy Time, and please remember that without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.